Welcome to episode 69 for Gaming Dad 101. I am one of your hosts, Chris, and joining me today is Ricky.
What's going on, everybody?
Now, if you're brand new to Gaming Dad 101, this show goes live each and every single Wednesday on podcast services all over the world. Make sure to go ahead and rate us and subscribe so that you get the episodes directly to your device. And also, by subscribing and rating us, we get more listeners. So, before we get into the show, some housekeeping. So today, I would like to announce two things that are new to Gaming Dad 101. One of those things is a new segment that we're going to be introducing shortly, and it's called Gamer on the Street. Gamer on the Street, what is it, you may be asking? Essentially, you guys may have noticed a couple of days ago, I posted a video saying, hey, if you've played any of these games, please get a hold of me. I would like to talk to you. Well, there's a reason for that. The reason why I wanted to reach out to people regarding those games is because, unfortunately, those are games that Ricky and I are not playing, and chances are we will not be able to play soon. So we decided to open up to our community. We would like to hear what you have to say about these. So essentially, the goal is this. We're going to be posting over on our Facebook group and on our Twitter. Again, Twitter, GeekEnd Cast, and Facebook group, Gaming Dad 101. We're going to be posting for all the games that we're looking for Gamer on the Street reviews for. And essentially what we're looking for is a 30-second to a minute review of the game. You basically tell us who you are, what the game was, why you liked it, and give us essentially a review of whether we should try it or not. This is a way for us to give back to our community, make you a part of the show, and of course hear more information and hear more about great games, even though we may not be able to get it because, again, this is Gaming Dad 101 and our schedules are packed. So with that said, we actually have our very first Gamer on the Street review, and this one comes from Jason A. Jones. So let's go ahead and check out what he has to say.
Hello, my name's Jason. The game I've been playing currently the most has been Metro Exodus. It's very heavy resource management, ammo conservative. It is open world. There's smaller areas where you can actually open and explore. You move on to the next one. There is a mechanic for a day and night cycle. Day cycle, there's bandits and monsters. At night, there's more monsters, no bandits. So you have those different aspects. Overall, it in itself is a really good game. Metros hasn't really been disappointing as far as I have, but if you want that hard survival instinct, it's there. It is resource management heavy. As far as you want to look for scraps, ammos, chemicals, you can actually build out your own meds, build your own ammo, and actually customize your gun. Like, customization is actually really good on the guns. Everything else can actually build meds as you go. Overall, it is a really good game. It does take a while to get into it, but it's worth the playthrough.
All right, thank you, Jason, for that review on Metro Exodus. We really appreciate it. And again, if you want to be a part of this new segment, all you got to do is follow us over on Facebook, on our group, on Gaming Dad 101, or check out our Twitter at GeekEnd Cast and respond to those messages when we post it, because we will let you know every time that they come out. As a matter of fact, any of the games that are coming out in this week's Reasons Why We're Broke are games that we chances are going to want review for. So if you're interested, please reach out to us. We'll let you know what to do and what to expect and by when we need it. And we'll make sure to include you on next week's episode. That was a mouthful.
Woo!
I know, right? All right, item number 2 on housekeeping this week. We, on top of introducing this new segment, we are, of course, doing something extra. Now, if you're a member of our Facebook group, you should have seen the video right now. If we were able to post it, full disclosure, we've had nothing but technical difficulties for episode 69. It's been a mission and a half, guys. I'm not even going to pretend. All right. So, with that said, if the video came up, you'll know. If not, then we're happy to announce our YouTube videos are live, official as of today. So, yes, thank you, Ricky. Realistically, everybody get hands up for Ricky, because he's the reason why we're able to do this. Ricky has now become our video editor, so that we're able to bring you this content. So thank you, Ricky, for essentially, working toward that goal. We're finally able to bring this to you guys. And again, we're starting things with 6 episodes. No. For anybody watching this video, I did not know how to count. I have a phone in my hand. 6. I know what it is.
Yeah, we have an estimate around 6 episodes, which they're going to be going live on Wednesday with the podcast normal audio services. Everything is going to stay the same. After this initial start, every upcoming episode is going to be on Friday for videos.
Yep. So once again, we have not the first, technically the first 6 videos. They're the last 6 episodes of the podcast that you can check out in video form. Essentially, all of the episodes that we kept hinting at that there was video, the video's not live. All right. So now we are working to improve the video, so bear with us. You'll notice that they change in quality. There's background changes. There's all sorts of things going on. Soon there'll be an intro change, so look forward to that. But we are working to bring this to you in multiple platforms in multiple ways, so you guys can enjoy the content in whichever way you prefer. So hopefully that you guys are excited for this. Let us know. You can do so now over at our YouTube comments as well, down there somewhere, right?
I know.
It's at the bottom of this video somewhere. Yeah, that's how.
So what does that mean? Do we gotta start saying, hey, please guys, subscribe, share this video, comment.
Hey everybody, just go ahead and hit that subscribe button right there. Yeah, no, I promise not to do that, but for the record, it's over there.
Or above me right here. Right there.
That direction, right? I don't know my left from my right on camera, so we'll figure it out. But now that we're done with the housekeeping, how you been doing, Ricky? I had this massive and expansive intro. So yeah.
I'm actually pretty sore this week. We ended up going to a birthday party, so it was for those that live in Jacksonville. If you ever heard of Velocity, that's where I was. For those that are not part of Jacksonville, a little bit of background on Velocity. Velocity is a place where it's just full of trampolines. It has foam pits. I mean, it has a mini obstacle course, just like American Ninja Warrior. So I was just jumping in the trampolines, doing backflips. Yes, this fat person right here. Yes, the one you're gonna see on video right now. Yes, I'm fat. Was doing backflips. That's right. Don't get it wrong. Don't get it twisted either. But yeah, fun tidbit, because you are jumping up and down. It is a form of exercise. So my legs, my abs, my arms are sore. The recent one, I'm even extra sore too, because when I jumped into the foam pit, full disclosure, I got stuck. Yeah.
For the record, Ricky, we talked about this. I also went there, I want to say 7 months back or so. It was for a birthday party, I believe. Actually, it was Tanner's birthday party, now that I remember. If you remember Tanner, he used to be our event coordinator, now employed at BioWare. Congratulations, Tanner, once again. So it was his birthday party, and we went, and it was the most exhausting day ever.
So to confirm, was it Tanner's birthday party or his kid's birthday party?
No, Tanner doesn't have kids.
Oh hell, that's a hell of a birthday party then. I'm jealous now.
Well, you got to remember too. Tanner's also mid-20s, like early 20s. So
okay,
yeah, like that's an appropriate party for that age group. At our age, no, not so much. Sadly, I know that we kind of, like, a lot of people are going to say you're not old. Yeah, okay, that's wonderful. We're starting to feel it. All right, we're in mid-30s. That's basically what happens. All right, so essentially, we covered it earlier. We said it before. We'll say it again. Ricky, tell us the reasons why we're going to go broke.
This week, we're not going to be as broke, but we're going to have at least 2 games that are pretty good. We're going to start it off with Phoenix Wright.
Yeah. If you look at the video, you'll see at one point I'm looking down and my eyes went like, oh my God, yeah, Phoenix Wright. That's exciting, dude. No, you have no idea. I have an addiction with this series, right? And this one snuck up on me. I had no idea it was coming to the Switch. So I'm very surprised and very happy about it.
Yep, the Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Trilogy is coming out for the Switch, PC. I apologize, PS4 and Xbox One. It came on February the 21st. We also have Anthem coming out this week for the PS4, Xbox One, and PC. And then finishing it off with Metro Exodus. Thank you for our boy for giving us that quick review.
Thank you, Jason. Thank you.
That's right. And the game actually came out for the PC, Xbox One, and PS4.
Sweet. So again, anybody out there that does get Anthem. Please go ahead and let us know your review. That is a game, I believe. Ricky, are you still getting Anthem?
No, I never pre-ordered it.
Never pre-ordered. And then I'm still on the fence. I'm not sure if I do get it. Unfortunately, it's not going to be for release. So again, perfect example for Gamer on the Street. If you're interested in that, please reach out to us. Give us a review of that. Phoenix Wright, definitely. If I'm not going to lie, I'm going to get this game. I didn't even know it was coming. I'm getting it. Chances are I'll pre-order by then. I'll buy it by the end of this episode. So with all that said, and knowing the reasons why we're going to go broke, let's go ahead and go into the news for this week. Now, last week, we had a bit of a surprise from Nintendo, which is why I'm wearing this shirt to honor the Direct. So we had a surprise Direct pretty much come out, and they covered a lot. And it was actually a very interesting Direct, and they kicked things off basically with a punch in the gut with Super Mario Maker 2. Now, a lot of people were expecting, the original to be ported. There were multiple reasons why it probably couldn't, but at the same time, I think the Switch deserves A2, and I'm happy that they announced that. So I, for one, am very happy, and it's apparently releasing this year. Are you excited, Ricky?
Yes, I'm actually excited for some of these titles that are coming out, to be honest.
All right, man. Let me know which ones, okay? So we'll go through everything real quick. If you have anything to say, interrupt me, because there was a lot to cover in the Direct. So, but we'll definitely talk more on the ones that we're more interested in. The Box Boy and Box Girl, which is apparently a game with 270 stages. I love it. I want it. I actually want to play this. My wife saw it and she's excited about it, so I cannot wait to check it out. If you haven't seen it, Ricky, definitely check that one out. We got more information about Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3, The Black Order. We got the character reveals of Daredevil, Luke, Cage, Iron Fist, and Jessica Jones. And apparently Captain Marvel as well is going to be in it. We also got an update regarding Captain Toad Treasure Tracker. There's new DLC and a co-op mode. I'll be honest with you, the minute we saw that, my wife was like, why have we not bought it yet? We jumped in, and now I have it. We played it this weekend. Very fun game. Haven't tried the DLC. We just played the co-op. It's very interesting. I like the fact that you're able to do these puzzles. Realistically, you don't need two people to do these puzzles, at least not where we're at. I don't know if part of the DLC is puzzles that are specific to being two players. I would love to see that come forward, but so far, a lot of fun. Highly recommended. We got a release date for Bloodstained Ritual of the Night. Not really a date. We got more of a release window. We got summer of 2019. So I'm expecting there's going to be another Direct, possibly around April, that's going to give you more information on that. Then we got, honestly, one of the most addicting games that's come to Nintendo so far, Tetris 99. All right. Let me tell you about my addiction with Tetris 99. I jumped on it the minute it was announced. I realized that was not paying attention when they announced it because I was so psyched about it and the fact that it's free. Didn't realize that essentially we actually needed the online pass, so I signed up for the online pass. Yeah, you do need it. So it is free, but it is for Nintendo Switch Online members. So I ended up having to purchase that. That's fine. Honestly, it got me to purchase it. I've been holding out for a while, so I got the family plan, which worked out perfect. And I've been addicted to this game. It's essentially Battle Royale with 99 other players playing Tetris, and you can send your rows to other people and essentially mess with them. If you're watching the YouTube video right now, Ricky just pulled it up on the eShop. He's downloading it as we speak. It would be nice if we could do like matchmaking, or if they had like group Tetris or something. I don't know. Nintendo, look into it because that'd be awesome. Ricky, you're gonna be addicted. Check it out. I play it, dude. I play it literally every day. I have yet to be like not wanting to play it. They're quick matches. You can jump in fairly simply, and honestly, I jump in, play 3 to 4 matches, and do something else. Come back later, do another 3 to 4 matches, and do that. It's been wonderful. I highly recommend it. And then we also got the announcement of Assassin's Creed 3 Remaster, because apparently people still want that. Fire Emblem 3 Houses, which looks amazing. We also got a very surprise announcement of Hellblade Senua's Sacrifice coming on spring of 2019. This one caught me off guard. I was looking at it graphically. It doesn't seem to be, it's not going to be up to par with PS4 and 360. I would love to see how they handle the audio. I'm curious to see if the audio that they designed and the way that it worked for PlayStation and Xbox is going to work the same way for Switch, because that's one of the best things about that game is their use of sound and sound production was amazing. So,
Yeah.
have you played it?
No, I haven't had the chance to play it, but I could play it if I download it through my Xbox Games Pass, which I've actually been thinking about it.
Do it.
But I know
Highly
you. Okay, yeah, I know you. I know that previously a lot of the recommendations for this game is you actually got to play this game with actual headphones to be able to listen to all of the different voices and everything that's going on, just to make it feel more like it's an actual game or more in your head. So I'm actually pretty interested on how they're actually going to play that out on the Switch.
It's going to be awesome. I'm going to love to see that. Definitely get it for the Xbox if you have the ability to. This is definitely worth the download. It's definitely worth the play. And honestly, it's worth the money. Like, it's one of those where, there's those games that you wait for them to be on a service like Games Pass, or you wait for them to be on PS Plus, or you wait for them to be on Games with Gold. This isn't one of those games that you want to wait on. Realistically, it deserves every penny of your money, and you need to check it out. They also announced the release date for Deltarune, February 28th. Yoshi's Crafted World received a demo. I highly recommend you check out that demo. It's pretty awesome too. You're downloading that right now too. Welcome to Gaming Dad 101, where Ricky downloads stuff. So they announced Final Fantasy 9 and Final Fantasy 7 are also coming to the Switch. 9 is releasing on March 26th, and 7 was actually available by the end of the Direct. So that was pretty awesome. Are you excited about them?
I'm actually excited for 7 to come out because
Really?
I've never played it. I've never really played any Final Fantasy game. I've always thought about buying it on the PS4 because I know that I have the remake of it and it's a lot better in graphics and everything.
Yeah.
But I've always debated myself if I wanted to buy it for the original PlayStation. For the original PlayStation, is an arm and a leg to actually find, not even just to find it, but to the price of it. It's actually pretty expensive.
Yeah.
It's in the higher double digits. But now that it's coming to the Switch, I am extremely excited that it's one of the games that I'm actually going to pick up. It's going to be one of the retro RPGs that I'm excited to get again because, like I've spoken on this show before, I'm not a big RPG person just because I never grew up with it and everything. So I never really took my attention. So this is one of those that I'm actually interested in actually picking up.
Sweet. And then they did something that's amazing. All right. They surprised me even more. All right. They came out and announced Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening. Dude, it looks gorgeous. All right. It's still, I keep reading sites, they still consider it a 2D. I don't. I think it's like 2.5D. But essentially, they did a remake of the classic game, of course. And there's also the part that it's been rumored. It hasn't been confirmed yet, I think, at least not at the time of this recording. But there may be a way to play it with more than one player. And that is what draws me the most. Because even if you tell me that, yes, even if you only tell me that, oh, you can play it with one other person, I'm okay with that. Essentially, in my mind, the way this works is the exact way that they did in Pokemon Let's Go. I don't know if you got to check out the two-player function for that, but it essentially is, it's treated as a ghost character where it has limited interaction so that the main player can still be the one to interact. But, for example, in terms of battle, they would still come in, take over a Pokemon, and help you battle and stuff and of that nature. They would still be able to run around the world with you and do everything else with you with very few limitations. But if it works that way, honestly, my wife and I played Pokemon Let's Go and loved that about it. So if they can do the same thing, I think it'd be pretty sweet. And that's the way it works in my mind. So that's what I'm hoping we get to see.
Yeah, that would be freaking awesome if you actually do it. Because I did actually get the chance to play it as the 2 players. So to me, that actually sounds very exciting.
Right? Like that kind of is what makes the announcement the most exciting piece for me. It's the fact that I'll be able to enjoy it, but again, we'll be able to enjoy it with our kids. We'll be able to enjoy it with my wife. I mean, that's awesome. I mean, no,
Yeah.
realistically, about a year ago, we talked about on this show, on the podcast, where we were looking at couch co-op games kind of disappearing, and Nintendo kind of is the one bringing them back, and that's what I love about it. It's they're taking the time to develop these games that are essentially couch co-op situation for your kid. Like games for a minute became to a point where I essentially would had to buy another PlayStation. I ended up having to get another PlayStation so that my wife and I could play certain games together. Not everybody can do that, and realistically, I don't want to do that. Okay, so it's one. No, for real, I don't want to spend the money on two PlayStations. But the fact that couch co-op has disappeared and the fact that Nintendo's bringing it back is awesome. And to bring it back, they're one of the best franchises I've played. One of my most favorite franchises out there. That is what, dude. They won my heart. They have my money. They won my heart. They won my money. I'm sorry. It sounds dopey, but it's true.
Broke.
Yes, I'm gonna be broke. I'm gonna be so broke, Ricky. You laugh, but this isn't a joke. All right. Like, damn, man, I don't want to be broke. All right, so moving on to the next article. So Activision and Blizzard, after laying off a whole mess of people, unfortunately, finally came out with their strategy and their business call, releasing all the statements and financials of last year and what their plan is for the future. And essentially, during the call, COO Cody Johnson was stated as saying, quote, Diablo's development headcount will grow substantially as the teams work on several projects underway for the franchise, as well as the global launch for Diablo Immortal. Investing in other Warcraft, end quote. Then there was a second quote later in the phone call, him discussing, quote, they are investing in other Warcraft games, and that overall Blizzard's management is reinforcing its pipeline with more resources than ever before to support planned mobile titles, several PC and console releases, and WoW's continued cadence of content. So, a lot of information. I misquoted parts of it. I apologize. But essentially, there's a lot of people thinking that this leads to a rumor of a production of Diablo 4 and that there's a Diablo 2 remaster. I can see that, but of course I kind of fear with how everything got announced. I know that I don't know how many people are actually excited about Diablo Immortal. I don't know. There's just a lot here. What do you think, Ricky? Like, do you think this leads to the rumors? Do you think the rumors have a stand, to stand in?
I mean, I don't know. I know a lot of people love the Diablo franchise. So if they ever come out with a Diablo 2 remix, I mean, I can see people getting it. Diablo Immortals, and I've actually been interested in getting it, just because I've been looking into getting Diablo 3, but I know it's kind of late in the game, so trying to go through all of that.
No.
It's going to take some time and some dedications that I currently don't have at the moment.
Eesh.
But I mean, I hope they keep a good and meaty staff to be able to develop the games that they really want to make. They actually invest some actual time and don't do any kind of piss poor job on anything. So we'll see what the future got to offer, from them.
All right, so we'll definitely see. One of the things that I'm concerned about, and this is mainly because of all the layoffs and everything, is their handling of WoW. I know that they're losing players. I know that, I know they're still printing money, and I know that they still have a very loyal fan base, but I kind of fear their concern is that they're stagnant. I feel like they need some major expansion or something major to kind of re-energize that franchise and hopefully get them some return on their gains. And that's kind of what I'm concerned about. Based on this, I don't necessarily feel confident, and I guess I'm just worried about Activision and Blizzard. Mainly Blizzard because I'm a bigger fan of Blizzard, or the Blizzard aspect of everything, but I don't know, man. I just hope that they get out of this stump, essentially, is what it feels like. Moving on, we have information regarding the 2016 lawsuit against Niantic. Essentially, people who felt violated, felt there were people were trespassing on their property, thanks to Pokemon Go, of course, filed a lawsuit against Niantic for that, because their property were the ones coming up on the app. Essentially, it seems that they're trying to end the lawsuit, and they have come to terms, or it seems that there were terms that are being proposed as to how they're going to be handling the situation moving forward as part of the settlement. Some of these, I believe they're very reasonable, so we're going to go ahead and go through them real quick. Upon complaints of nuisance, of trespass, and demands of the removal of a Pokestop or gym, the company will make a commercially reasonable effort to resolve the complaint and communicate a resolution within 15 days. So that kind of targets the complaint of people saying they were taking too long to address these matters. Owners of single-family residential properties get rights of removal within 40 meters of their property, so that protects your personal home for, within a 40-meter parameter. Niantic is going to maintain a database of complaints in an attempt to avoid poor placement of these virtual creatures. When Niantic's system detects a raid of more than 10 players congregating, a warning message will appear on their screens reminding them to be courteous and respectful of their surroundings. Niantic is also working with user reviews and mapping services like Google Maps to also mitigate any problems, plus maintaining a mechanism so that park authorities can request a park's hours of operation be honored. And at the company's expense, Niantic will have an independent firm audit compliance with obligations during a 3-year period. To me, it sounds like, one, it would be great if Niantic accepts. From my understanding, this is the group that is suing Niantic. They're saying, this is our proposal, this is what we would like to see. I think they're very reasonable concerns, I think. Some of the turnaround times seem a little unrealistic, I'll be honest, with a company that size. But what do you think?
No, yeah, their turnaround time of 15 days, that's going to be pretty tight. But I like the idea they have behind it. You can tell that they're actually listening. They're trying to mitigate any kind of issues they've ever had. They want to create a positive experience both to the actual gamer plus the whoever's being affected by the Pokestops, by gyms, by location of popular Pokemons coming up. So by them taking this approach and try to work, with Google Maps, parks, that way you're not violating, nobody's getting tickets, nobody's going to jail for trespassing. This is going to hopefully mitigate a lot of those issues that's been going on with Pokemon Go. So I'm actually excited to see how all this fully gets implemented. See, just how it actually works. Having those 10-player congregation thing warning. So I want to see exactly how that's going to come up.
Well, it's because of the complaint that there were too many people showing up in certain areas, and it was just a ruckus essentially. I don't know, like if you're local to Jacksonville, where we're from, there's a park over in Riverside that still to this day has a lot of people who go poke hunting in that park because apparently a lot of creatures populate there. So it's one of those where when this whole fad was massive, it was basically packed full. Like there was, basically shoulder to shoulder essentially. So that's kind of what they're trying to do. But I mean, I don't know how much more they can do. I mean, even the warning seems kind of, is the warning really going to do anything? I mean, how many times there's people who smoke in front of no smoking signs. There's people, you know what I mean? Yeah. So it's one of those, like, is it actually going to do something? And that's kind of what I'm like, well, should we hold them accountable for that?
I mean, one of the things that they can do is not only issue the warning, but again, I don't know how much technology they would have to invest behind this or how much coding is going to have to take to do something like this. But if you start getting X amount of players congregating in one area, just like they're saying 10 players, after a certain period of time, if they can start limiting the Pokemons that actually start generating in those areas, so that way
that would make more sense.
Exactly. So that way you start removing those players. Okay, you're here for, let's say, 2 minutes. You've caught plenty of Pokemons. Okay, let's start reducing the Pokemon that are populating here and just start moving them like down the street or something. That way you're eliminating that crowd, because obviously nobody's going to stand there if nothing is appearing.
That would be interesting if they could do that. I mean, You got to think that they have some way of tracking that, then therefore be able to put some systems in place. But like you said, it's a matter of resources, it's a matter of time. It's something that they're going to be able to do and is also, fiscally possible. So that'd be interesting. I would like to see. I would like to see what the rebuttal from Niantic is going to be. And then the last article of the week that we're going to discuss is essentially the Minnesota Science Museum has a new exhibit that's that just started actually this last Saturday, the 16th, for $19.95 for adults and $14.95 for kids aged 4 to 12. Of course, because of this show, there was no way we could not have mentioned this. But not only that, no, did you read into it entirely? Like, did you see all the games that are there?
I saw some of them. I didn't get to read the whole article. But it's all the arcade games from back in the day.
Dude, I mean, it's like history of games essentially. It's freaking awesome. It should be a permanent thing, and I promise you, people would go. I mean, they're gonna have multiple arcades. They're gonna have games like Tempest, Missile Command, Asteroids, Centipede, Defender, Robotron 2084, Scrabble, Tower of Druaga, Donkey Kong, Elevator Action, Space Invaders, Gunfight, Pac-Man, GB, the Saga Rally Championship, I don't know which one that is, Res, Lumines, Child of Eden, Frequency, Amplitude, Rock Band 4, I don't know why they picked 4 specifically, Warcraft 3, Frozen Throne, which is awesome. That is also one thing I'm excited about Blizzard doing. Apparently they're coming out with more Warcraft. That, good by me. Diablo 3, Ico, Shadow of the Colossus, Dungeon Keeper, Fable 3, Altered Beast, Phantasy Star, Streets of Rage, Golden Axe. Like, dude, they're awesome games, all right? That's basically what I'm trying to tell you. It's awesome. And it sucks that we don't live in Minnesota. I wish we lived in Minnesota, but you have no idea how bad I can't. Like, I need to. If I could afford tickets, I would fly myself to Minnesota right now.
Let's do it. I mean, we can save. I mean, let's plan a long weekend. Just drive. Hey, I can take the first 12 hours. You can drive the next 12 hours. That's 24 hours of driving right there.
Is it 24 hours away? I'd be interested.
I don't know. I'm just picking it up at this point. I don't know where it is.
Before we're finished. Well, after the episode, we'll look it up. I'm curious now. All right. So now, if you're new to the show, each and every single week, we also have a segment called the parenting cheat code of the week. Sorry, guys.
Even if you're the host in this show, you still get
a lot of technical difficulties. We are recording. We are literally recording about 3 hours later than I normally do, and I've mentioned on the show before how early I wake up. So yes, I'm spent. I apologize in advance, and I realize that we're announcing all this stuff. I'm super exhausted. I apologize. Yeah, it took a lot of work to get all this stuff rolling. So. This week's cheat code actually comes from one of our listeners and friend of the show and personal friend. Oh my God, now I can't pronounce his last name.
Garrett Schneider.
Garrett Schneider. I apologize, Garrett. Again, I'm really tired, but once again, thank you for the help. Once again, thank you for the cheat code. Thank you for everything, for being a listener, for being a friend. His cheat code is called Enthusiasm. And he says, figure out a way to get them excited about whatever you want to teach them. My example is I've been potty training my 2.5-year-old. He, as most, isn't excited and doesn't care to learn. I mean, someone doesn't always clean up after you in life, and it's time he learns. So we devised ways to keep him interested and excited. We started with treats or M&Ms. That was a great start. Every time he would finish and actually use it, he stood up, cheered for himself, and yelled, "I did it!" And, well, this wore off quickly, which unfortunately happened to us as well during our potty training with JC. So then his mother, essentially got a potty watch. And apparently the watch basically is a timer that goes off every 30, 60, or 90 minutes to basically remind them, hey, you need to go to the restroom. So, with that said, great advice, Garrett. Again, I tried the treats. It did not work for us when we did potty training with JC. Basically the same thing. He was very excited at first, but then it became something where he was just excited for the treat, and that was it. He didn't care about going potty or any of that stuff. And then essentially, we tried the watch as well. He wore it for 15 minutes, then lost complete interest. So that sadly did not work for me, but I know it works for other people. Since we're on topic, did you have difficulties? How did it go for you? Because
honestly, my daughter picked it up pretty quickly. She really didn't give us a hard time. Now with the second one, we are in the process of potty training. She sees my daughter every single time she's gonna go take a bath. The oldest always has to use the restroom, and now the youngest one is seeing her do the same thing. So she now wants to copy exactly what she wants, what her older sister's doing. So as soon as my oldest one is taking her clothes off and everything to go jump on the tub, the little one is doing the same thing. She's taking on her clothes, she's taking on her diaper and everything. She sees her sister sit on the toilet. Once her sister's out, she's actually even sometimes pushing her older sister, like, get out of the toilet. My turn to actually sit down for like 2 seconds. And then
that is the beauty of older siblings. They become that role model, and they essentially push that drive. And there's a lot of things that JC at his age shouldn't be doing or shouldn't do, but he does them because he's seen his big brother do, and he just wants to emulate it, essentially. So it's a great motivator, and definitely, again, enthusiasm is really the key. And that's kind of why the older brothers and older sisters have that impact is, they're just doing it and they're excited about it. They're just playing around and they see it as a game. So it just kind of takes off that way. So great advice. Thank you very much, Garrett, for that. And I can't pronounce your last name. I'll just prove it, Schneider. So once again, I am so sorry. It's been a long day for me. So once again, before we leave, Ricky, is there anything that you would like to plug? Anything you would like to recommend?
I just want to recommend our videos once more. Go ahead and plug that in. It is something that we've been working on. Like Chris mentioned earlier.
Still working on.
We're working on it. The first, I believe, 2-3 episodes have normal backgrounds. I mean, you'll see it. And then slowly we're upgrading everything. If there's something that you want us to start doing something within the show, just like we're doing now with Dad on the Street, those are things that we want to implement into the show just to make it more fun for you. We want to involve you guys more into what we do every day. So again, send us ideas. If you're playing a video game and you want to share with us and let us know, again, 30 minutes or 30 seconds to a minute video, send it straight over to us. What else? Any suggestions in generals that you want to do, just go ahead and send us the information. Again, we're here to listen. We're here to improve. I mean, we want you guys to have a good time.
And we're here to engage with you, realistically. Like that. Yes. That's the big for it. We do this for fun. We do this as our passion, as a passion project, and we're happy to do it for everybody. And we hope that you guys enjoy it. And we want to make friends with our listeners. We want to, hang out. We want to play games. We want to talk about games, which is why we made the Facebook group. It's why we've had the Discord. Sadly, we're not great at Discord. I'm not even going to pretend. I'm not even going to front. It's something that we need to improve, and it's also one of those cases where realistically, if you're somebody out there, for example, we're going to be looking for moderators for the Facebook group to get more activity in the Facebook group and things of that nature. But if you're a member of the Facebook group right now, go ahead and share that with your friends on Facebook. Share that, and everybody, hey, whoever wants to join, and put it out there. And that's how we get more listeners. That's how we grow the show, and that's how we become a bigger community, which is essentially what we're looking for. We just want a big group of friends to hang out with and play video games and talk about video games. So
definitely.
Again, thank you so much for checking out this very troublesome episode 69. It was so, if you've noticed, it was so troublesome, we have not made a joke about the fact that this is episode 69. So that should give you a hint as to what a day we've had. So once again, though, thank you very much for joining us on this episode. Remember that Gaming Dad goes live each and every single Wednesday on podcast services everywhere, and as of today, each and every single Friday on YouTube as a video. Thank you once again for checking us out, guys. Make sure to follow us over on our social media at GeekEnd Cast on Twitter. You can follow me at ViscZen. That's right down here underneath my name. You can see it now on the YouTube. And then you can follow Ricky at Picky Gamer Dad. That's also right underneath his name right there. So go ahead and check that out. You can check out our website at GeekEnd Cast. What else? Oh, yeah, that's right. The Facebook group is down here as well somewhere underneath. We're learning this.
It's that way, I don't know.
Somewhere and everywhere, but nowhere at the same time. Thank you so much for joining us this week, everybody. We'll see you next Wednesday.
Luego.